Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome back to our channel once again. I want to begin this video by asking a question today because I want us to be a bit candid. Do you think William Ruto can defeat Edwin Sifuna and Kalonzo Musyoka's ticket supported by Rigathi Gachagua?
I'm a front runner and I think I have the best chances to be president. Tumesema kila mtu aende atafute kura zake.
I'm asking that question because there is something which Rigathi Gachagua said today and should worry President Ruto. Because Rigathi is like making a commitment that is willing to sacrifice everything to ensure that the opposition produces a single presidential candidate.
The best way to win this election, the most definite, what I hear is called sure bet, is one single presidential candidate. I'm committed. And myself and my people will make whatever sacrifices necessary to make sure we have one presidential candidate. After the identification of that candidate, if it is me, I will lead that campaign to the end. If it is not me, it's somebody else, I'll be the director of the presidential campaign. Na huyu Ruto ananijua. Si ati anijui. Anajifanya ajui lakini ananijua. We are going to work on this thing and it will succeed. And I want you people to relax.
And if you listened carefully to the speech, Rigathi Gachagua has Kalonzo Musyoka in mind.
Thank you very much for coming. Say hi to my cousin Dr. Kalonzo Musyoka. Mwambie huyo mzee tunampenda na tunamheshimu sana. Na vile Medho amesema, kama jamii tulifurahi, kama familia yangu, saa ile Kasongo alinitoa nguo pamoja na jamii yetu. Tukiwa uchi, mkakuja na blanketi mkatufunika. And that will be told for a very long time, by the way. Hiyo ni historia itakuweko, itaongewa hapa in the next 50-60 years. We will not forget.
And I want to ask you again, between Kalonzo Musyoka and Edwin Sifuna, who do you think should carry the flag? Because Rigathi is likely front Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka. But the biggest question is, can they really agree as opposition? Because this ticket, I'm seeing Sifuna ticket and Kalonzo ticket, either of them becoming the presidential candidate. But where is Ndindi Nyoro coming in? Where is Uhuru Kenyatta and Fred Matiangi coming in? But let us not talk about those for now. For now, I want us to talk about this latest message, the bad news, which Rigathi Gachagua delivered to the president. Because if there's one thing President Ruto would not want to happen, is for the opposition to unite. But Rigathi has told him that they're going to unite. And why is this a big headache for the president? Number one is the fear of Kalonzo Sifuna ticket. Let us be honest. Politics is a game of numbers, either real or perceived. If you look, or if you go and compute the IBC data, you will agree that the numbers favors Sifuna Kalonzo ticket if they are powered by Rigathi. The Luhya Nation will vote for Sifuna. Kamba Nation will vote for Kalonzo or the ticket. Rigathi, if he will succeed to consolidate the entire Mount Kenya, will do that. And then William Ruto was banking on the ODM support base. Now here, Sifuna, Babu and Orengo are also not letting it go. They are also competing with the president on those. So that ticket is giving President William Ruto serious political headache because the mountain gave William Ruto the highest vote in the last election. After losing the mountain, he had expected the lawyer, but now Sifuna has emerged. Number two, and this is something which can actually make one lose even if they win. Nairobi politics. It's very difficult to be declared the president of the Republic of Kenya without good support of Nairobi. If you look at the history, it's always almost 50-50 all along. Even in the last election, Ruto had the solid support of the mountain. Despite the fact that Raila Odinga defeated him at the presidential votes, if you look at the voting pattern at the constituencies, Ruto managed through UDA and with the support of the mountain to win several seats more than ODM in the county assemblies at the parliamentary level. So he had the support. But now, in the last election, we are talking of the Luos and the Luyas on one side, and the Kambas and Kikuyus on the other side. But now, what will happen? Simple. Rigathi, Mount Kenya. Luya Nation, gone. Again, the Kamba, gone. Then the Udim support base also competing. So Ruto will obviously have minority support in Nairobi. And that is something which is worrying him, I know for sure. Because politics in Kenya is about goodship. It's about goodship. So whoever will enjoy the support of majority of those youths, they can make life very difficult. So that's something which is worrying Ruto. Because again, if you have the president, then the governor is giving you problem, the Senate is giving you problem, you don't have enough MPs in Nairobi. That's where you operate from. Even campaigns will be very difficult for the president. That's something I can assure you. So it means ODM party will have to do extra, especially the Buru camp, to ensure that their supporters don't go the other side. But there's also something which I'm foreseeing. Kenyans might go for a rerun. And it's simple. We are going to have Kalonzo Sifuna ticket, Ruto Kindiki ticket. But I'm also seeing Ndindi Nyoro Fred Matiangi ticket. A very strong third force. In that matter, or in that case, none of them will garner 50% plus one vote. If you remember during the last election, the way the competition was stiff between Raila and Ruto, Ruto still was able just to defeat Raila with around some 200,000 votes. If Matiangi were to run, he will get more than those votes in the two counties of Kisii alone. If he were to be paired by Ndindi Nyoro will bring in some 1 million or something plus there. That will disrupt the first round win. And if that were to happen, it will be possible now to rally the opposition. They'll see the chance that, if you add Matiangi and you add Sifuna Kalonzo's vote, they total to around 56 or 55,000, percent. Then they'll easily be convinced to vote together. That is giving Ruto serious headache. But the biggest headache that ticket is giving Ruto, the message Rigathi delivered, is the Raila support base. You see, when you talk of Raila support base, you don't look at the Luo and the Luya. I want to take you to coast. If you look at the coastal region and their voting pattern, Kalonzo was playing a very important role. If you go through, because I campaigned, I was actually in the strategy team for Hassan Omar when he was contesting for the governor under Wiper. If you looked at those numbers, Wiper had a good percentage. But there's also a substantial number of Kikuyu voters in Mombasa, for example. And that's why Rigathi is confident that Ijopevu is going to win.
Hii Mombasa tayari, hii ya Moha tumepangana. Moha ukiwa governor ya Mombasa, pia uniangalie mali yangu iko huko. Unisaidie. Hata Jumwa akiwa governor ya Kilifi, nilimwambia juzi niko na boma huko. Hakuwa akija kunitembelea. Najua sasa sisi tumekuwa wazee. Sasa Moha mkipata maneno mnakuja kuona wazee. Find out what we are doing, wazee mko namna gani? Mko na chakula nini? Wote mnatuangalia vizuri.
Now, if Sifuna will lock Luhya Nation, Orengo and Babu debating with Ruto, the Luo Nation, then you go to the coastal region, then the Luhyas who are with Sifuna, they come back with Kalonzo, and generally those who are not happy with the president decides to team up against ODM or UD in that coastal region. It's going to be a serious problem. And importantly, how will they ensure that their votes count? It's called vote protection. If these guys can get if these guys can get everything in order, they can lock Ruto and they can ensure they protect the votes. If they have the numbers in the Luhya Nation, they can protect rigging there. They can protect rigging in Mount Kenya. They can even protect rigging in Nairobi. So Ruto is our red man because his only avenue, the only window for Ruto, the president, is one, to divide the opposition. And I know he's working hard, and that's why most people are now accusing Ndindi Nyoro. I don't know what you think. That's my take. Until next time, this is Makwiny. Bye-bye.